Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello my students and welcome to English for Iraq. This is me, your English teacher Ahmad Qasham. We are still in Unit 6, Friends Abroad. This is the last lesson in this unit. Today we will be doing some extra activities starting on page 82. So let's start together. My students, on page 82 we have extra activities. Let's start with exercise A. What do we have in exercise A? Which words go together? Go together. Choose the correct words from the box and write them in the spaces below. Now, we have a box. Inside the box, we have some vocabularies here. Yes. Of course, we have already learned the meanings of all these vocabularies in our previous lessons. We have magazine, postcard, camera, kneel. Please pay attention here. We don't pronounce K. Be careful. When we have in English K followed by N, we don't pronounce the K. It's silent. Kneel, not kneel. Knife, not knife. Yes, I taught you this. Airport and lake. Let's start with number 1. Photographs. How can you take a photograph using a camera? Number 2. Where can you see a plane? On an airport. Airport. Number 3. Where do you go or where can you advertise? To advertise. Yes. In a magazine. Number 4. Boat. Boat is a small ship. Where can you see it? On a lake. Number 5. When you are on holiday and you like to tell your friend about your holiday, about what you did on your holiday, what do you need? How can you contact your friend? You use a postcard. Now, number 6. Sit. We only have now kneel. Now, in some cultures, like in the Arab culture, we sit on the floor when we want to eat. But in the Japanese culture, they kneel. They kneel on the floor. Now, let's move to exercise B. We have a word tree. Yes, we have a word tree. And after we fill in the spaces here, we should answer the question, where do people use these? What do they mean here? At this arrow, we will have a word. This word means something. Where do people use this? Now let's start with number 1. I have already done this for you. The opposite of hot, cold. Number 2, it's between 2 and 4. It's a 3, of course. Number 3, smaller than city, bigger than a village. In between, it's town. Number 4, the 4th month of the year. We say January, February, March, April. So it's April. Number 5, when you use a question, you do what? When you use a question, what's your name? Where are you from? How old are you? Why are you here? So you ask. Now, number 6, the opposite of start. The opposite of start. We have more than one word, but according to the number of squares, here, the most suitable one is stop. We have finished, but it's not suitable according to the number of spaces, and also we have end. Number 7, they live in the sea. Of course, they are the fish. Number 8, you're in it now. Here I want to explain something. Now, doing this exercise, we are supposed to be at school. We are supposed to be at school. But my students, now we are facing a big problem all over the world. It's the coronavirus. That's why we are sitting at homes, but we are supposed to be at school while we are doing this exercise. So we write here school. Now, number 9. Yes, I agree. When you agree, you say yes, you say okay. Number 10. It gives us light and heat. What is it? It's the sun, of course. Now, what do we have here in this column with the red letters? We have chopsticks. Where do people use these? In Japan, of course. Now, let's move to exercise C. Now to exercise C on the same page, on page 82. Find the odd one out. Circle the word. Odd means strange. We have some words and we should take out the strange one, the unsuitable one to be within this group of words. Now, number 1. Uncle, brother, friend, and sister. Which one should we audit out? So it's friend. Why? Because your uncle, your brother, your sister are your relatives, but your friend is not one of your relatives. Now, number 2. Jacket, glasses, t-shirt, kimono. Now, which one should we audit out or to take it out? It's glasses. Why? Because the jacket, the t-shirt, the kimono are clothes, but the glasses aren't. You put the jacket, the t-shirt, the kimono on your body, but the glasses on your face. This is the difference. Number 3. Book, copybook, magazine, radio. Of course, the strange one, radio. Why? Because you can read a book, a copybook, a magazine, but you listen to a radio. Number 4. Snow, mountain, lake, river. Which one? It's snow. Why? Because a mountain, a lake, a river are what? Are places. But snow, it's not a place. Now, number 5. Town, village, beach, city. Of course, beach. Why? Because a town, a village, a city are places where people can live. Number 6. Knife, cup, fork, spoon. Now, which one should we odd out? It's cup. Why? Because you can eat with a knife, a fork, a spoon, but you drink with a cup. This is the difference. Now, my students, move with me to page 83 to do exercise D and exercise E. Let's start with exercise D. Complete the sentences with the correct words. So we have in the box here some words: chopsticks, uncle, arrivals hall, postcard, kimono, and plum. Let's start with number 1. We meet people coming over plane in the arrivals hall. So when you want to greet some people, you welcome them in the arrivals hall. Number 2. Some Japanese women wear traditional Japanese dress called, what do we call this dress? Called a kimono. Number 3. If somebody is a bit fat, fat is the opposite of thin. It is nicer to say he is. So when you see somebody who is a bit fat, it's nicer to say he is plump. Why? Because it's more suitable and more polite to avoid hurting them. Number 4. People eat with what? In Japan, they eat with chopsticks. Number 5. A blah 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 usually has a picture and a stamp on it. What is it? It's a postcard. Has a picture and stamp on it. Number 6. My blah 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 is my father's or my mother's brother. Who is he? My uncle. Now, to exercise E. Join these sentences together using suitable link words. What are the link words? We have already learned them, but, and, or. We have also link phrase like as well as. Yes. Now I have some sentences here. In each number we have 2 sentences. I want to make them one sentence using one of these link words, but, and, or, as well as. Also, I should pay attention that you may have to leave out, to delete some words in the second sentences. Which words? Unneeded words or repeated words. Yes. Now let's start with number 1. I'd like to go to the football match. I'm too tired. So I have 2 sentences. I want to make them in one sentence. I will use here but. So I'd like to go to the football match, but I have a problem that I'm too tired. So the sentence should be like this. I'd like to go to the football match, but I'm too tired. Number 2. Rashid was very happy. Why? He found a pen friend in France. So we use to answer why. Because Rashid was very happy. Why? Because he found a pen friend in France. Number 3. Until now, I didn't need to delete any words in sentence number 1 and 2. Now pay attention here. Vegetarians eat rice and fish. Yes, we have full stop. This is full stop. They eat eggs, fruit, and vegetables too. Now, they eat. Vegetarians eat, they eat. So, I can make them in one sentence. But here, I should delete many words. I can make it in one sentence using as well as. So, as well as has the same meaning with 2, so I'm going to delete 2. Also, I will delete they and eat because they are repeated like this. I'm going to delete they, eat, and 2. And the sentence will be like this. Vegetarians eat rice and fish as well as eggs, fruit, and vegetables. Number 4. She won't talk to me. She won't phone me. So, she won't. Repeated words. I delete them. And use or, because what? We have negative here. Won't, not will. So we will use or. She won't talk to me or phone me. And now to page 84, we have a text. We are going to read this text and answer the questions. Write short answers. Yes? Before we start reading or we answer the questions about this text, my students, you have homework. What is it? Find out all the verbs in the past tense and write them down in your notebook. So you should take out all the verbs in the past with verb to, with verb to, and write them in your notebook. You should write for each verb the base form, verb 1. Yes, so take out from this text all the verbs in the past tense. Now let's read, and after that we will move to answer the questions. Now, Amal has a penny friend called Kate. Kate lives in Washington, the capital city, Washington, the capital city of America. Last month, pay attention here, last. Whenever we see last, this means that we are going to have a sentence in the past. Last month, she visited Amal and her family. Amal, her mother, and her younger sister were at Baghdad airport to meet Kate. Amal's father was not there because he was working. They drove to Amal's house. Amal and her mother cooked an evening meal. They cooked rice, fish, and vegetables. They did not cook any meat because Kate is a vegetarian. A vegetarian here is a person who doesn't eat meat at all. That means she does not eat meat. See? Kate's pastimes. Pastimes, this is the same meaning of free time. Yes, what she does in her free time are taking photographs and collecting pictures of birds. The next day, Friday, Amal's father took the two girls out in his car looking for birds. Kate was very happy because she got lots of photographs of birds that live in Iraq but don't live in America. Amal took Kate to Zawra Park and to the National Museum. Kate really liked the museum. In particular, she liked the old jewelry and the statues. She took photographs of them, of course. Kate had a wonderful time in Iraq. She came to Iraq for 2 weeks, but she stayed for 3 weeks. So I will explain something here. So Kate decided at first to stay only 2 weeks, but she liked her holiday there in Iraq. She liked the place, she liked the people there, so she stayed for 3 weeks. Now, let's continue. Next year, so next, we are starting here to speak about what? About future. Amal and her mother will visit Kate's family in America. Amal is very excited about this. Now we've finished reading the text. Let's move to answer the questions. And now, my students, we've come to the end of this lesson. after we answer these questions. Now, what nationality is Kate? She's American. How many people met Kate at the airport? How many people? 3 people. Amal, her mother, and her sister. Number 3. Why didn't Amal's father go to the airport? Because he was working. Number 4. What month did Kate arrive in Iraq? Now, this depends on the month we are in now. Now we are in April, so she came to Iraq in March. Number 5. Why didn't they have meat for dinner? Because Kate is a vegetarian, or we can answer because Kate doesn't eat meat. Number 6. What were Amal's father Amal and Kate looking for? So, what were they looking for? They were looking for birds. Number 7. Which place in Iraq did Kate really like? She liked the museum. Number 8. What did she photograph? She photographed birds, old jewelries, and statues. 9. How long did Kate stay in Iraq? She stayed 3 weeks. 10. Who will travel to America with them? Her mother. My students, thank you for listening. Have a nice day.